Good afternoon and welcome to the Day After Podcast and our sub-show Pixar Sunday, where normally we would be watching and reviewing every Pixar film in chronological order. However, in 2012, in the fall season, Pixar released another set of their short film collections. This one, now that they don't have to look like ass.
0 out of 10, no creepy clown.
No creepy clown? Shit. Okay, they all look okay.
Did you tell me they called the clown Lumpy?
They called the clown from Red's Dream Lumpy because he looks like ass.
I love you, Lumpy.
But these are better. There are some traits in here, but they all at least look good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. There's 12 of them. Let's go. Your Friend the Rat was written and directed by Jim Capobianco. It's an 11-minute throwback to old 50s edutainment Disney cartoons.
Yeah, and I love like the little history lesson thing. The art style is not for me, but your mileage may vary.
The generic like drawn art. Well, I guess.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love a good little history YouTube summary video. This is a little long.
That's what I noticed too. Is that when he gives the reins over to his brother Emil about 7-8 minutes in, I'm like, okay, no, that's where it's supposed to stop.
Yeah,
these are cute. These are really cute. Stop.
Yeah, it drags quite a bit.
But
that doesn't make it bad. It's long.
Presto came out in 2008 alongside the feature film WALL-E, directed and written by Doug Sweetland. When they first figured out special effects in film,
yeah,
they're like, how can we use this to cheat and make look cool looking shit?
Yeah.
In this case, we have portal technology. This man is actually magic, and we're using it to beat each other up. That's amazing to me.
This whole guy's like, the more he beats himself up, the more the audience laughs. It's like a little kid situation.
He turns him into P.T. Flea at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh no, now to get an audience, I have to burn myself alive twice a week. Okay, that's funny, but he could die up there. Please be careful.
Yeah, and I enjoyed this more than I would enjoy like an episode of Tom and Jerry, even if it was shortened.
But you also are not a huge fan of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, well, and that was my point. It's like I liked this more than Tom and Jerry, but it's still slapstick.
So with 2008's Burn E, directed by Angus MacLane, Pixar is starting this thing that I don't really like, where they take a character you saw tangentially in a feature film that came out recently and ask you, don't you want to know what this guy was doing the whole movie?
Yeah, they instead of doing the famous Disney midquel and doing this in a whole movie, they're doing it in a short, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't change the fact that midquels are a dumb idea.
Midquels threw me off. When they said Lion King 1.5, I was like, what? And they were kind of playing into that.
Well, and 90% of the Disney sequels were midquels, showing these adult characters as kids or in like their teenage years.
Now, if you're playing along, guys, Bernie is about a robot who is tasked with fixing things when they break, and his job today is that one of the spire lights on the outside of the Axiom has gone out, and he has to go fix it. But it either gets broken off or he gets locked outside due to stuff, that Wall-E and Eve are doing.
Yeah.
And it's punctuated with like little scenes from the movie, but it gives me hints of Jack Attacks, but maybe I like more standalone stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like the originals better. I do like this way better than Jack, because this didn't feel like it didn't feel like it was answering questions nobody was asking. This is just a cute little side note.
And what I think earned you points, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, even if you don't like sci-fi and you didn't like WALL-E, you have to at least give it credit that it knew how to emote robotic things.
Yeah, they do, and I will always credit Disney for how they treat their characters. That's awesome. We're given such a little time with Bernie and his supply bot. I love the supply bot. I think he's way funnier than Bernie.
The supply bot's like a grumpy dad, like, don't fuck it up.
Stop it.
Partly Cloudy came out in 2009 and was directed and written by Peter Sohn, the director of The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, it's so freaking cute.
Oh my god.
I like this idea that, sometimes carrying babies isn't easy, but you gotta do your job.
I love this, how exasperated and cute the stork is, and the cloud is. By the way, cloud animation, very good.
Yes.
Pixar is learning exactly when to dip into the, oh, get fucked. Well, he's just happy, but then he gets his face entirely eaten by a baby crocodile.
Yeah.
Or gets yeeted off a cloud.
None of these shorts have dialogue. When they do, they tend to suck.
They understand that dialogue might be necessary, but they use what I'm going to artificially call Banjo-Kazooie dialogue, where it's just like, hey, oh, welcome back.
Oh, yeah. They just make little noises and stuff, yeah. You are not the fault, friend. I am the fault. I need to be better at my job.
We are bros. Let's go. Welcome back to What Was This Character Doing? Doug's Special Mission was directed by Ronnie Del Carmen.
This is dumb.
I'm retroactively upset because the director of Up went on and did Inside Out, which is a much more adventurous thing. And I felt like my headcanon is that the director of Up said, I have this really cute emotional story about how to get past grief. And they're like, okay, but we need a bird and a talking dog's in it. Can you make that happen?
Yeah.
And this is just really rushed, unfunny slapstick of the adult squeaky dog trying to get rid of Doug.
Yeah, they're not funny, but they are jokes. They're set up payoff.
Yeah, and then you see at the end, here's where he's going to meet the people.
Oh,
Here's where it
that's
goes in the
what Doug
chronology.
was doing. I don't like it.
I don't really even care what Doug was doing. In 2009, Up had one other short attached to it entitled George and AJ, which was directed and written by Josh Cooley. It is a short that never made it past rough storyboard phase about what happened to the two orderlies that were going to take Carl Fredricksen to the old folks' home immediately after that balloon house left the city.
Why is this here? It looks bad.
Okay.
Because it's a storyboard.
It does look bad, but
Even if you storyboarded this, it's a deleted scene. Why include it in the short?
No, I really hope it's not a deleted scene.
Well, I'm just saying, it has the feel of a very long deleted scene.
Okay, physical gags. You wanted to make me laugh. There's a guy who uses a rubber band through two telephone poles, or somebody whose house is being drugged by cats. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, so what is the motif here? Fuck nursing home workers?
Yeah, I guess it's silly that they saw crazy stuff, but...
Or like, yeah, old people?
It's silly, I guess.
Why does this exist?
It didn't really, and when it comes down, you could tell it was early phases, because they didn't get Russell's voice actor.
Yeah.
Which means this is a concept thing that maybe should have stayed a concept. Teddy Newton wrote and directed what I thought came right before Toy Story 3, a short called Day and Night, about the manifestations of the ideas of days and night.
This one is almost always in the top 3.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And I don't know what else I could say besides it's so good.
And what I love the most is these ideas of squeaking your eyes to make sure, am I saying that correctly? That's a bicycle spoke.
Uh-huh.
Anger is crows or bees. Or if you're dancing and happy, you're in Vegas.
And yet with like little casual line strokes, they make day and night look different. Day's nose is more round, where night's is long.
That's really quick visual shorthand to recognize who's who.
Right, and when they merge at the end, you can still recognize that these are two distinct people, two distinct concepts. Why was the bikini lady sex joke in there? You have a stereotypical male character eyeballing or wolf howling at some girl on a beach, and I'm like, okay, that was funny in like the 50s.
Toy Story's Hawaiian Vacation was directed by Gary Rydstrom, a longtime sound effects artist for many of the older Pixar shorts. Guys, if there's anything that will teach you that these characters have long-standing merit, it's so good. Sorry. Get Ken and Barbie to have their dream vacation, even though they got left at home. And it's so fast. It's so many jokes in a row.
This is really cute, and I guess it's different because I actually like these characters, and they're well developed.
And Ham does his thing, and you get to see extrapolations of characters that didn't get a ton of time, like Thespian Porcupine or the vaguely Seth Rogen Unicorn.
Yeah, or really any of Bonnie's toys. That's
right.
where the Toy Story shorts do really, really well, is they show Bonnie's toys.
They get just enough time, and you could tell that this was made ahead of time because we clearly have Tim Allen and Bill Murray.
Yes.
Fuck me.
Bill Murray!
Tom Hanks. and Tom Hanks on board, and they're all doing their part. It's so cute. Oh my god. Everything's on par.
Can't believe you forgot Tim the Toolman Taylor.
I'm sorry. Small Fry is about Happy Meal toys, and I like how each of these Toy Story shorts continues to extrapolate on another idea about toy, not culture, but...
I was definitely asking this question. It's like, okay, while we're, not to get cinema-sinsy, but like, while we're on the topic of toys, different levels of toys exist. Like, the collectible doesn't ever leave their box toys. Are they on the same level as these little plastic hunks of junk you get from...
On the top, we have the Prospector Pete's. On the bottom, we have...
got little Buzz Lightyear.
Steak Man and Grappling Hook Man. These... Oh my god. Okay, number one, Jane Lynch, you did a good job as 98 Mermaid.
Yes, you did.
Very good. These puns. Pun after pun after pun.
And all the Happy Meal toys are just hilarious.
His name is Nervous Sis Tim.
Which one is it? Oh, Ghost Burger!
Ghost Burger.
All hail Ghost Burger.
Lizard Wizard.
Little Buzz is kind of funny.
I like that he's a dick. Like, he's a dick.
I like how Rex absolutely positively insists that this is Buzz.
Rex might be an idiot. And then you get really cute after credits things, like when the cast shows up on the menu board.
Oh, yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
you can buy a $2 chicken mace.
Yeah, that's one of the best credits I've ever seen.
An offshoot of Pixar had something called Mater's Tall Tales, which is a sequence of half-episode shorts that feel like they were propositioned for a TV series they were pitching.
Yeah, this feels like the classic Disney 3 episodes of a TV show kind of thing.
This one is Air Mater, one of those restricted Mater's Tall Tales, which is, I guess, a series where Mater tells tales that maybe aren't true, but we just really, really wanted Mater to get into these situations.
It sucks.
Well, guys, let me just play off you.
It sucks.
It does suck, but just for humor.
No, it sucks.
Well, no. What if Mater wanted to be an airplane person, and then he goes to be an airplane?
You are already dignifying this by lasting more than a minute on this review.
And then he learns to fly backwards, and then he gets abducted into the Wonderbolts.
Goodbye.
Time Travel Mater?
Yeah, Time Travel Mater or whatever, where we go back and meet Stanley the Founder. Another question nobody ever asked.
He gets a clock on his hubcap or his nose thing, and then when he sneezes, he goes back in time, and he's got to make Radiator Springs happen, and he's got to make Stanley fuck his wife so that Radiator Springs happens.
I'm ignoring Mater's purpose in this because I think the little Stanley character is so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, he's
he's clearly a joke on the old vacuum salesman, the door-to-door salesman, and he sells radiator hubcaps. So freaking funny. And if you ignore Mater and Lightning McQueen, this is really cute.
Mater is kind of taking a back seat here, which I appreciate.
Which needs to happen, yes.
Oh god, he's such a dapper man. I'm glad he married that woman. Alright, this last one's important to me. La Luna was written and directed by Enrico Casarosa. You do not know that name, but you're going to next year because they have put him in charge of the upcoming Pixar film Luca, which comes out after Soul in 2021.
Oh, okay. You know, there's these old man and this dad and this little kid, and they have a job to do that's to go up into the moon and change its phases by sweeping stars around. And that's it. Like, that's all you need. The relationship between the grandpa and the dad are really, really funny. And I like this idea, this very pure idea of, like, this boy has different ideas of how to best take care of the moon. And those ideas all come together to do the job that needs done. I think it's really, really cute.
It was really cute. It did what it did, got in, got out.
Yeah.
I appreciate I'm kind of glad that we did this.
It has the same energy as the stork one.
Yeah,
yeah, the same kind of where like you don't need all these ideas explained. You need the large lore behind how this goes. It's just very cute little story, and we're done.
Yeah, overall, they're now that I was worried that when they stopped pushing the boundaries of animation, they'd start getting like a little complacent, and kind of they are. They're like, here's 2 cartoons, there you go.
Yeah, and you know they gotta sell toys.
But if you get shit like Day and Night and Small Fry, I love Small Fry to death. But guys, thank you very much for joining us on our second pit stop of Pixar animated short film collections. Join us in 1 week as we get back on schedule watching 2016's Finding Dory, a very, very big deal when it came out to everyone I knew.
Yes, yeah, I saw more advertisements for please do not buy yellow tanks